Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to FootPrint Tarot. Well, interesting things happening. Elon Musk. Turns out that last year during an operation by the Ukrainians, he turned off the Starlink over the Crimean coast. Well, that is going to be interesting. Just saw a thing come up. So I thought we'd have a look at that. What could be the repercussions for him for that? Lindsey Graham. Haven't looked at him in a while. Matt Gaetz. He told McCarthy, vote for, hi Leslie King, hi Steve, vote for impeaching Biden or you'll lose your speakership. Well, the thing is, they can't just replace him willy-nilly. They have to have a vote for the whole House. And so if they decide, to do a vote, call a vote, it's not just them that makes the decisions. So the question I have there is, will that backfire on them? Because if they do that, could Hakeem Jeffries end up being Speaker? Hi, Sherry French. Hi, Grandma D. Hi, Shelby Lisa. Yeah. I'm going to bring up my banner for readings. My job contract is ending at the end of the month. It's not being renewed because the person who has the substantive position wants to go back to it and they don't have anything else for me. So I'm on the lookout for a new job and stuff. But on the upside is I'll be able to spend more time and have a more open timetable for people. But yeah, it's a shame, but these things happen when you are on contract and you're not a permanent. So yeah. Hi, J Cat Lady. I have also gone into the settings for my microphone because I was reading some comments from the video that Sheila did with me, Salty Caro, and quite a few comments about my mic not being on enough. So I went into the settings and sure enough, it was only at 75%. So it is a bugger, isn't it? Yeah. But you have a substantive to go to. Oh, that's really good. It's just that this is like in the last week, the woman who is in this substantive position that I'm covering, she's decided that she's not happy where she was and wants to go back to it. And as they have no other positions that they can put me in at this time, yeah, it sucks. It is very sucky, but luckily here we have government help and stuff. So, and we've been going through budgets, and I've gone and reviewed our insurances, except for the health insurance. I'd rather stick with the people we've got, even though we could probably get things a little bit cheaper, but the car and house insurance have been renewed, knocking off a substantial amount for those premiums each month and stuff like that. Yeah, I know it sucks, but you know what? There's other things I want to do too, and that'll allow me to do some. Hi, Christina Asane. And to get back to doing some of my little side projects. I am going to keep looking for work. I've already got 3 jobs to apply for, so I might not be out of work for long, and I got really good feedback, and both my line manager and the manager for the whole section are both said, yes, we will be a referee for you. It wasn't about my performance at all. It was about somebody wanting to come back to the role she was a substantive in. So, yeah, and that's really good to know that I was doing really well. So it's all quite sudden, apparently. So up until last week or something, it was still expected that my contract would be renewed. But you know what? Things happen, life throws challenges at you, and you just keep going. Hello, interesting question, Steve. When you look back at everyone's reading a year ago that Ukraine war should have been winding down in the spring, but now the news is this mess is expanding. What is my overview? Really good question. Okay. Really, Chris, of Ukraine. And also the question, why did Elon Musk shut down that Starlink? Oh, well, thank you. So let's have a look at, we'll just start with the overview in Ukraine, what's going on there. It seems to be guides of the highest truth and compassion. Oh, sorry for the yawn, guys. After this, James and I are going out on a picnic. Yes, I do believe that 100%. Okay, what's an overview of the situation in Ukraine? I've got the 9 of cards. There is still need for vigilance. Things are going towards the conclusion, but there's still a high need for vigilance. So there is also a slowdown. Oh, Sherry French, thank you. That's much appreciated. Thank you, darling. So things are slowing very much down. Funding, almost to a halt. But who is that? Is that Ukraine or is that Russia? Is that Ukraine or is it Russia? Okay, corruption. I'm thinking this is Russia. So the money's just not there. But for Ukraine, yes, things are heading towards a settling of the waters. In overview, I'm thinking that I'm going to put it out there and I'm going to ask an open question. Will this situation between Russia and Ukraine be over with before the 2024 elections in the US? That is not a bad card to get. That, yes, sort of like things being wound up in a rush of energy quite quickly. Hi, Denise Trudeau. Now, Shelby said there's another satellite launch tonight. There are so many of them in my area that I have now started calling them spy satellites. Here spying on the world and selling info to the eyes. Well, there's certainly something going on with Elon Musk to do what he did when he turned off those Starlink last year. Sorry, it was too hot and now it's too cold, so I've got to find the in-between thing. And just housekeeping, tomorrow morning, 8:30 my time, which is 8:30 p.m. Saturday night in the US. I think you're still on daylight saving there, aren't you? My members only live. So, I don't do as much as I'm looking forward to getting in and getting a lot of videos done to put up over the next few months and stuff. A lot of hidden treasures and mysteries and things like that. Hi, Edna May. So Elon Musk, was he paid to shut that satellite off last year? Woo! That would be a very big, there's very much a shift here, a shift in allegiances is what I'm going to call it, because he opened up Starlink over Ukraine for nothing. He didn't charge them or anything. But I think all this happened around the time of his disastrous takeover of Twitter. I wonder if this is where he got some of the money. Entertainment purposes only. Is Elon Musk a Russian asset? I got no. But he's got no problem putting people out in the cold for money. It's all about money. So is he using his satellites to gather intelligence to sell to other countries? Interesting. This is speaking very much of regret. And this is the second 5. Just excuse me for a minute. While I double check something. Very much going through reviews at the moment of things, because I firmly believe you can't remember everything all the time, and sometimes you have to refer to notes. So I'm just going to hit the print thing here. And upsetting the status quo, thinking outside of the box. Excuse me for a minute. Yep. So yeah, definitely thinking outside of the box and upsetting the. Could somebody please take care of that troll? I appreciate it if I have a moderator on. Mm-hmm. Hi, Patricia Franzino. Mm-hmm. There has been popping up. Thank you very much, Shelby Lisa. Taking care of him. So yeah, Elon Musk is really heading for a world of regret. He's at one stage he was a visionary thinker that could take somebody and he could see more of it, more to it than they could. And yet that's okay as long as that person gets their fair share of the accolades. And he didn't apparently do that. But here is something else. I've just seen the shadow card on this deck for this reading on Elon Musk. There are some very big, very irreversible changes, unstoppable, irreversible changes that are not necessarily for the best for him. And off the bottom of the deck, again, the next card is truth coming out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, Bubba. I'm just going to have a look at. Oh, come on, Cameo. James is home today because he's friend he usually goes and sees is away this week. So ban user and delete their comments. There we go. Mummy's going to let you out. Sorry, guys. You know what it's like. Come here, Papa. Can you call Cameo? Cameo! I'll leave the door open a little bit. She's just being a wee bit of a panty pain, aren't you? Hey? I thought while I was over there, I'd get the Mythic Tarot, bring it over here. I'm live, so. Mm-hmm. You cutie girl. So if you would like a reading, there's your email. I do use PayPal and I charge $30 US or the equivalent. Say if you're in England, it would be the equivalent of $30 US. In Australia, Canada, whatever the equivalent to $30 US is. Yeah. So people are saying hello. He says hello back. Missy Moo. Come on. Oh, sweetie. She's being a little bit. So he said hello back. James did. Hi, Eleanor. And if you want to do a course, I do a 6, or I can break it up into 7 because the first lesson is the Major Arcana and it can be quite long. Session course, and it's $10 a session. So even if you decide to break the Arcana session in half, it's still $10. Or I can do a longer one that's a longer single session, but I haven't worked that one yet. So it's like $60 for six lessons, 7 if you want to break the first one up. So you're cooking tacos, Tiger West Jones, and that's fantastic. I love tacos, not Taco Bell, but tacos. And it's lovely to see you back, Tiger. It's been a while since we've seen you. High spirits beyond the seas. If I've missed anyone, as Cameo's been making her presence known, it's just that I haven't seen your name. So Denise Trudeau. Yeah. So what else are we looking at? So it wouldn't surprise me if he was paid to do it, because money. So if the Republicans decide, and I've just got out the Mythic Tarot here, so we'll give it a good shuffle. I have not used it in ages, so we'll give it a good shuffle. If the Republicans decide to follow up on their threat to Kevin McCarthy and call for a vote for him as Speaker, will it backfire on them? Because there was only 6 votes in it previously. So read on Hatman. I don't know who Hatman is. Can you send me an email, Shelby? And I will definitely look at him. If you just send me an email, don't tell me too much, just the basic outline of what he is, what he's supposed to do, and where he's supposed to be. You've been painting paintings for a music venue. That is awesome. Okay, let's see. Will calling for a vote for a new speaker backfire on the Republicans? Page of Pentacles. This is representing an opportunity. Ace of Swords. Clarity. Extreme clarity. And they're both yes, by the way. King of Swords. And he's got a balance, a scale in balance. Now, in terms of yes, no's, maybes, the King of Swords is a maybe. But this is like, both of these indicate clearer thinking on the part of people. Will it backfire? Yes, no. Well, if they do this, if they try to get rid of McCarthy, will they fail? The King of Pentacles. They don't really. This is corruption. But this is like not having the resources, or the King of Pentacles directs. The kings direct. So they've got 2 kings saying direction. They will not have the power to direct this thing the way they want to. Hi, Sharon Side. If they do try to get rid of him, will Kevin McCarthy win? 9 of Wands. It'll be a battle, but he could win. Or the other alternative, if they try to get rid of him, will a Democrat be voted in as Speaker? Wow. How's that for a very strong response? And it'll be a really sharp lesson to people who think that they have more power than they do, because I think only one person has to call for a vote and it's got to be done. It will, Kevin McCarthy might battle through, but a Democrat could win out there. Could this be Hakeem Jeffries? Let's have a look. Seven of Wands, standing up in defense, standing up for what he believes in. That's a yes. But this is the thing. If they did do it, they'd probably regret it. But will Kevin McCarthy call their bluff? Because there's no reason to impeach Biden. Yeah, I think he will. He'll just pull everything to a stop and say, okay, go for it. Go for it. But the thing is, if he does vote for it, things will come to a stop. If he doesn't, things will come to a stop. No. Kevin McCarthy, clearly, I don't think he's part of the Fulton County case. Hi, Crazy Cat Lady Farley. Okay, what we might do is do some single card reads. So I'll do it in groups of 5, as I have been doing. So if you would like a single card read while I'm getting a deck for it, put your hand up and I'll take the first 5 people who put their hand up and we'll do some single card reads. Hi, Bonnie Russell. So I just, if you would like a single card read, the first 5 people to put their hand up, say card, please. Okay, we've got Christina Assen. While we're waiting for that, is Kevin McCarthy one of the 21 Fulton County have yet to? Knight of Swords. Highly doubtful. Highly doubtful. Tiger Weiss Jones. You've got a hand pink waving. I take that as yes, you'd like a single card read. Patricia is up there first. I'm doing 5 at a time, guys. Okay, so if you don't get in this round, there's still going to be at least 2 more. Okay. Tiger, Sherry, and Alexis Long. Okay. Alexis Long. Okay, so all right, I'll do some more. But if you haven't put your hand up by now, don't. Okay, so Alexis Long, but I will call for more later. Okay, then we got Bonnie Russell, Edna May. J Cat Lady. Okay, so if you haven't put your hand up by now, don't. I will do another call for single card readings later. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. Okay, so first one up is Christina Asen. Okay, angel reading cards. I got rid of the troll earlier, and so did Shelby Lisa. We both did it. So yeah, I don't often get trolled, just on the odd occasion. Yeah, they've actually upgraded their. Yeah. So Christina Asen, your card. What does your single card say? Now, this is what you get from a single card. Imagine how much you'd get out of an hour with me face to face. The Ace of Earth. Okay, Christina Asen. The inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contract. I am feeling an inflow of abundance. But what people have to remember is that Earth or Pentacles, this is the Ace of Pentacles, doesn't just represent money. It represents your health. It represents your physical security as well as your financial security, and it can represent your mental health. So I feel like there's a bit of a two rivers flowing towards you. One has, yes, some financial benefits happening, and the other one is an opportunity to strengthen your security overall, your physical health, and definitely important documents or contracts are coming in. So I do feel there is some financial benefit here, and also it's going to be an opportunity to give you an opportunity to overhaul things so you can get things settled in a way you haven't been able to for a while. Okay. Hi, Anne, at the optometrist with your son. Oh, hi, darling. Yeah, we've got to have a catch up. I will be doing a video with Anne next week, Anne Simpson. Yes, we're going to do an academic thing, but hopefully it'll be really, really interesting. So that'll be really interesting to see. So, yes, Christina Asen, definitely there's things coming towards you that will help with your security. A really good opportunity that will help financially, health-wise, and just with your general security for yourself and your family overall. I don't feel it's a sudden thing, but I do feel like you had thought that maybe this opportunity had been lost. So keep an eye out for that. And there's definitely going to be some documents and stuff. Always double check documents. I'm not saying they're dodgy or anything, but just as advice, always read everything before you sign. Okay. Okay. Patricia Francino. life experience here, Archangel Chamuel. This is 16. This is the star. So what's coming towards you is the significant life event, okay? Now, it's got a powerful revelation. Now, hang on. 16 isn't the star. 16 is the tower. Is it not? Got to check that, okay? I'm just going to check that with a different. So, significant life experience. Yeah, 16 is the tower. Sometimes when they've got a different name, you can get a little bit confused. 17 is the star. So 16 is the tower. So there's definitely a significant event coming towards you. There can be powerful revelation that seems to change and time to spread your wings. Now, what I'm feeling is I'm really zoning in on time to spread your wings. And it's like, yeah, this is like, it's going to be a significant change. It's not necessarily going to be an expected change. But it's going to open up the world for you in ways you didn't expect, Patricia. And I feel like it's going to enable you to clear away some of the people in your world who are not there for you. You have never been there for you. It's like I'm no longer going to be here for you to fix everything for you, that sort of thing. It's time for me to move on. And it's, you know, sometimes having a few things crash down can hurt a little bit, can be a little bit traumatic. But this is more of a revelation than an event. And it's going to lead to significant changes for you. Oh, yes, thank you. I have 2,000 subscribers now. Thank you very much. Thanks, Sheila. So, yeah, and so next week I will pick a couple of people for a free card reading. Okay. And it'll be an email overview. So a 7-card overview with 3-card attachment as well. And I'll do it via email. So I'll do that next week. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that. But, yeah, so there'll be 2 people for that. So, Patricia, I hope that made sense. Tiger! What does the messages do my guides have for Tiger East Jones? You've got the King of Water, trustworthy, compassionate, respected, and cultured. Have a look. Oh, isn't he just gorgeous? Open your heart and your mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice and charity of work. Now, one of the things with the King of Cups, or King of Water as it is here, is that it can quite often, some people might feel that they're a little bit distant. It's not that. It's one of the reasons people go to them for advice is that, yes, they're trustworthy and they're compassionate, but they're also very good at being objective. So if you go to that person wanting them to just totally be on your side and say everything's right, you've done everything right, you haven't done anything wrong, you're not going to get that. You are going to get objective advice And then people say, well, they're just cold, aren't they? And that's not the case. They won't, because the empathetic side of people who are kings of cups, and this is man, woman, you know, no matter, you know, man, woman, non-binary, etc. They are compassionate and they are trustworthy, but they're not fools. And that objectivity is very important and part of the reason they're so trustworthy. So I think you're going to be asked to help. And I think this might be something you'll want to do. It's up to you if you do it or not. But just know, if you have any doubts about yourself in this position of being able to help others, as you're going to be asked to, have no fear, Tiger. It's nothing personal. It's about her. Just check in with her, you know. But you're the very good best person to do that if that's what you're being asked to do. But just check in with her anyway. Just say you want to know how she's going. Is she not one to get close to people? That's just part of her personality. But I don't think. I think she might feel, yeah, it nice to be asked. She just doesn't know how to go, you know, reciprocate that way. But if you do ask, she will appreciate. Okay, just know that. But this is, if you're being asked to do something, don't have any doubts about being the right person for it, because that is why people will be asking you for your help there, Tiger. Okay, have no doubts about your ability to help. And why? Because you are trustworthy, you are compassionate, people do respect you, and you have a lot of life experience. And and you can be objective where others can't. Okay, Sherry French. Unity. Okay, this is the Hierophant, Sherry. The Archangel Sandalphon. Traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations seek out mentors and like-minded friends. Now, we were talking about the 5 before, in that it's also there's also an aspect of 5 that means thinking outside of the box. Now, what I'm getting here is your viewpoint don't often, at times, veer away from the traditional. And people around you sometimes think, well, she's a little bit out there in the thinking. Don't worry about that. If you're a little bit out there in the thinking, you know, that means they're not. That means they lack the flexibility. Use that flexibility in your thinking over the next year or so, okay? Because this is a major arcana card. So this is big life changes, big life lessons. So your ability to be flexible in your thinking, to think outside of the box, to not just be, to respect traditional viewpoints and methods, but also see that they may not fit different situations, and be flexible in handling those different situations will be really handy to you over the next year or so. So embrace that ability of yours to think outside of the box, but also respect those things that have worked and are still fit for purpose. Okay? Because we have so many different changes in technology and things that weren't fit for purpose aren't anymore. And there hasn't really been a lot of catch up in how to handle them. You'll be very good at that. But where things are still fit for purpose, why fix it if it ain't broke? So this ability of yours is going to be really, really handy for you over the next year or so. Okay? Alexis Long. The Two of Air. Being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending there is no problem. It's not going to go away if you don't butt it in the head. Okay, Alexis. Yeah. So Sharon says she does readings as well. So yeah, Sharon's right. So yeah, it's not going to go away if you don't butt it in the head, darling. I feel it's not more. It's more because you don't want to upset somebody else, then you don't want to face up and get it done. That other person has to learn that life is not always going to be fair, and that they have to learn to cope with things as well. So they shouldn't expect others to put things up in the air and juggle around their expectations of what they want. This is your decision to make, and they really don't have any right to have a say in it. And if they don't like the decision, don't let them make you feel guilty. In fact, just realize that sometimes tell them the truth. Some people are toxic intentionally, some aren't, okay? Because they don't realize that what they're doing is toxic. So tell them the truth, okay? I hope all that makes sense for you, Alexis. I really do. That's just what came pouring into my head. Okay, and people will tell you, I will see, I'm afraid, and then just stuff will come spilling out. Okay. Bonnie Russell. And I hope that makes sense to you, Alexis. Bonnie Russell. Seven of Fire, Seven of Wands. Defend your beliefs and decisions and stand your ground, but choose your battles wisely. Okay. It is always, it's never a waste of energy to stand your ground. It's never a waste of energy to stand by your beliefs. But make sure that what you believe is right. Okay? Because sometimes through nobody's fault of your own, you get the wrong end of the stick. And hi, Tina Rogers. Yeah, you can have a card a little bit later. So I'll write your name down for the next round, which will be a little bit later. I've got two more people to read after this. Then we're going to do some general readings, and then Tina Rogers' first card up next round. Okay? Which won't be too long away. So just double check your facts. Double check that you've got the right end of the stick. because miscommunication can lead for you standing up for something that's not really an issue at all, or puts you on the wrong side of the real problem. So because you standing up for your beliefs and your decisions is one of your strengths, and it's one of the things that people love about you. But fire people, one people, they can get a little bit carried away without always stopping to check all the facts. So check all the facts too. Okay? I hope that makes sense, Bonnie. Okay. Edna May. That's okay. Edna May, the 8 of air, the 8 of swords, an illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, and afraid to make a decision. Okay. Edna May, really, things are not as complicated as you've been led to believe or believe. A little bit of research will show you that things aren't as tied up in knots as you believe they are. And also, look, darling, you're so much stronger than you believe you are. I think you believe that you don't have the knowledge or the nous or the smarts to find out what you need to find out. You do. You're a smart lady. And if anyone tells you that, oh, no, you're not going to be able to understand this situation, just let us take care of it. And that might be what's giving you the feeling of being trapped. Don't listen to them. Go and do your own research. Go and consult your own people. Okay? Take the action you need to take, but take it on your own judgment and your own research, not on somebody else's, not on the side. If it turns out going in the same way, that's fine, but don't let anyone tell you that you don't have the nous or the know-how or the ability to understand a situation, because you do. Okay? People can try and trap you with words. Don't let them do that. You have the right to go and get your own information. Don't let them make you feel like you don't. Sounds about right. And last for the moment, J-Cat lady. Okay. The 4 of air, the 4 of swords. Time to rest or take a vacation. Allow more time before making a decision. Meditation may provide. Okay, I'm really drawn into the middle one. Take a little bit more time before making a decision. I think you feel like you're not seeing everything and your instinct is telling you you're not seeing everything. Listen to that. Take that little bit of time out. It's got meditation may provide answers, but in this case, I don't think it's more meditation so much as a little bit more research. Okay? A little bit more research, a little bit more time out to make sure you've got all the facts. And then you'll be in a good place to make a decision. I hope that makes sense, J-Cat lady. Okay, I'm going to have a drink of water. My throat is like really dry. So let's go back and do a couple more general readings. Let's have a look at a couple of people I haven't looked at in a little while. Matt Gates is opening his big yap and going blah 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 blah. I'm a big shot. You know, I make all the decisions. You do what I tell you. Blah blah blah. He is so. Oh, he's been adding something weird to his hot chocolate. Okay, let's put it that way. Okay, so Tina Rogers, I've got you down to do the first when I do the next set of single card readings. Okay, I do wrap up at around 11, so yeah. So probably about 20 minutes or so, and I'll do another set of single card readings. Okay. Okay, Matt Gates. What's going on with Matt Gates? Justice. Justice. Now, isn't that an interesting card to come up for Matt Gates? With all of the investigations that have happened into him before and stuff. But justice. This is what's coming. Okay. Whatever it is, it's going to be a justified decision. Is he going to have to leave Congress? Wow. Very interesting. Leaving. But unlike the traditional Rider-Waite card where you see that person striding off to maybe higher levels towards the mountains. Thank you, Tiger. Thank you very much. This person is walking down the steps. I did a reading on him not long after I first started my channel. It was a video reading. Of course, I wasn't doing lives then. And I always saw him being kicked out, and it involved younger women. So I don't think that this situation has gone away. Okay. Is he going to end up in jail? Wow, there are secrets going to be coming to the surface. This is the second major arcana in this reading. The moon, secrets below the surface. The animal, the three-headed dog, I cannot remember what it's called. There are things coming out, and big things rising to the surface. It feels like she's risen up out of this pool of water to highlight things. So there's stuff coming out about him. Is he going to end up going to jail? Seven of Cups. That's one of a number of options. This is the illusion shattering. The illusion shattering. This person is pointing to the cup of poison. At least that's what I'm getting. One more card on Matt Gates. What's his outcome going to be? Page of Swords. He is going to definitely. This is the card of the spy. point, justice is coming for him, but there's like the poison chalice, spy, things coming out about him having to leave. He's got a very, very, very difficult time ahead of him. He's going to be in a very icky, sticky mess because of his grasping at any opportunity, no matter what it was, whether it was good, bad. Okay. Wow. There are messengers coming for him. He's got news coming, and I don't think it's good news. Like this could blow him away, metaphorically. And this is about grasping and greedy and not appreciating or respecting the advantages he was given. I think there's going to be a lot more coming out about Matt Gaetz over the next year. And yeah, will he, hi Janelle Hagan, will Matt Gaetz get re-elected next year in 2022? 9 of Swords, that's not looking good for him getting re-elected. I don't think he's even going to be in the race. He'll be dealing with too many nightmares. Oh, look, deals. Now, let's go and look at someone I haven't read on for a while, Lindsey Graham. What is going on with Lindsey Graham? I'm going to get the English tarot deck out. Now, next week I'm going to organise. I'm not quite sure how yet. Probably be a random number thing. I'm going to organise for 2 people to get a free email reading from me. Okay, and I'll tell you more about that next week. And that's because I've passed 2,000 subscribers. Yay! Yeah. So Lindsey Graham, let's have a look at Lindsey Graham. Wow. What is facing Lindsey Graham? I think this about says it all. Defeat. Not a happy camper. This is like the Capitol, and this is him just what is facing. Okay, we had defeat with the 5 of Swords, and I asked what is facing Lindsey Graham. Judgment. Wow. Another major arcana, the Hierophant. Now, the interesting thing about this is that the image here is this person is struggling against the confines of institution and tradition, and just This person's been frozen in stone. It's like he's going to be in a limbo of institutional processes and all that. I am just thinking years of court cases. Has he got years of court cases ahead of him? Yes, Queen of Swords. The judge. For me, she calls forth and asks for you to answer for your actions. And is he going to have to leave the Senate? Queen of Coins. Resources. It's interesting, this Queen of Swords, because I do feel it actually is a queen, as in a man, drag queen type. And the Queen of Coins, his resources. And the advantages that come with it. That's a yes, by the way. And the Nine of Queens, sitting pretty. He might actually manage to hang on for a little while longer. But this is also about abuse of power and abuse of resources. Is Lindsey Graham going to finish his term? Six of Swords, possibly not. He's got a bit of a tumultuous time ahead of him. So, will he go to jail? Ace of Wands. That's a pretty big yes. So there's definitely a possibility of jail ahead of him. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with him. You saw Bonnie Russell. I saw Rudy is. Hang on, just. And Lindsay didn't. Will the Lindsay's very slippery. He's been there for a long time. And despite his little boy lost persona, he's a bit more canny than people believe. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anyone got a question for me about anybody else or any other situation? I just got going through my head, an impeachment bid will fail. It's so good to see the criminal con thieves get their comeuppance. Yes, it is. Jim Jordan. I haven't looked at Jim Jordan in a while. Let's have a quick look at him. And then I think I'll wrap it up with some single card reads for people, okay? So Jim Jordan. Six of Cups. Past actions. Reflecting on past actions. The rainbow, to me, always a sign of illusions. Ten of Coins. He's at the limit of what he is going to get. This is as far as things are going to go for him. He's at the limit of what he can get. There's not going to be any more coming in for him. Queen of Cups. This is a very poisonous looking woman. She's opened a chalice of which some very murky brown stuff is coming out of. And 7 of Swords. Oh boy, this is definitely him. The swords are being flung at him. He's trying to run away. This is definitely him trying to avoid consequences of his actions. There's definitely poison in this chalice. Possibly a woman or someone who's kept his secrets going to start talking. Oh, look what was on the bottom of the deck for him too. Judgment and the world. A shift in his place in the world and paying the devil due. Wow. All those 3 cards are on the bottom of the deck. Never neglect the bottom of the deck. If you know, sometimes you don't feel the need to read it. Sometimes you just turn it over and there they are. But yeah, very strong messages there for him. Ron DeSantis just appointed the founder of Moms for Liberty to the Ethics Committee in the state of Florida. What damage will this girl do? I go through my head immediately very little. King of Wands. My way or the highway. So I feel like this should be, she really, really believes that she's not going to listen to anybody. She really believes she's the only one with ideas worth listening to. 3 of Queens. This is about money. Dirty money. She will not acknowledge other people's work. But look at this. Defeat. I don't think she's going to be there for long. Maybe a year at the most. Page of Swords. Disappointment for her. News she doesn't want to know. And the Sun. Lots and lots. It's going to put her in a position of exposure that she really didn't anticipate and does not want. So there's going to be some hefty lessons for her. Yeah, the Moon. Yep. Remember what I said? Secrets coming to the surface. What lessons? There's going to be lessons for her rather than anybody else. 9 of Coins. Abuse of position again. 10 of Cups. Totally, she's going to try and make it all Republican stronghold. I just think that it's just heading for big failure for her. What's on the bottom? Queen of Swords, being called forth to answer for her actions. She's certainly going to try, but I just think she's not as strong as she believes. And she wants a big position, but she doesn't anticipate the exposure and the secrets that are going to come out about her because she longs for that spotlight. What's going to happen with Abbott and the Texas border? Well, he's been ordered to remove that floating wall. I got the National Guard going in to remove them. They'll be deemed a hazard. Greg Abbott. Oh, he has an unstoppable and irreversible change coming to him. And it is not a good one. It's an end. This is going to be one of the things that lead to complete change for him. Is this just another nail in his political coffin? He's standing on the precipice here, and there's this hand rushing towards him. And there's his laurel leaf. He's not going to be able to manipulate his way out of this. And he's going to try and put it off for as long as possible. But no, prosecution if he doesn't. Federal prosecution. It's not a state border, it's a federal border. Federal prosecution. Okay. So, I have a drink. While I'm having a drink, I've got one person's name down already, Tina Rogers, for a single card read. It's coming up to 11:15, so I really can only do 4 more people. So the next 4 people who put their hand up for a single card read. Okay. Danelle Hagen, would you like a single card read? If you would, put your hand up and or wave or do card, please. Me, Shelby. I've got 2 more spaces. Yep. Okay, Danelle, thank you. I've got 2 more spaces left. Bernice Hanson and Steve. Before I read those, somebody asked, will Ron DeSantis be out of office before his term is up? Possibly. Okay, and Bernice Henson. Okay, so I'm not taking any more names for card readings now, so let's have a look at that question first about DeSantis. Will Ron DeSantis be out of office? Hi, Teresa. Hadrian. One card only, please. Will he be out of office before the next term? The Hanged Man. He's going to be pretty much a toothless tiger. I do feel like this is a yes. Traditionally, it's a maybe, but I do feel like this is a yes, or it's going to be really ineffective for the rest of his term. So I think they're going to clip his wings big time. If he's not kicked out, his wings are going to be clipped big time, and he's going to be very, very ineffective for the rest of his term. He won't get back in. I don't think he can he? Can't run again, can he? Because, and this is the Ace of Coins, so yeah, and Sun. So, yeah. Okay. Now, I'll use the same angel cards as I was using before. And so Tina Rogers. You want a card for Tina Rogers. Remember, if you do want a reading with me, it's $30 US, and I give you an hour. Do it face to face. I can use Jitsi Meet, which is a face to face thing, WhatsApp or Messenger if you like. I prefer Jitsi Meet. I can send you a link. Okay. Will Arizona indict Trump for trying to turn over their votes? Yeah, I think they will. I think it. Yeah. Just off the top of my head, I think yes. I get yes. So, okay, Tina Rogers. We've got the Page of Air, logical, honest, impulsive, and curious. Challenging information, delays or changes to plans, and truth delivered without tact. Okay, well, I'm certainly getting challenging information. And I do think there might be a little bit of a delay, but this is the Page of Air. If there is a delay, it's not going to be a long one. I definitely feel like the information you get, it is going to be a bit of a challenge, but you are more than capable of handling it. And but because you're impulsive, step back and take a little bit of time to think it through before you act. Okay, I hope that makes sense, Tina Rogers. I'm just going to turn this heater off. It's gotten too hot in here again. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. You are, yeah. So you've got to take time with this information that's coming to you. Um, yeah. And yeah, that's my email there where you can contact me for readings. Yeah. So it's definitely it's going to be challenging information. So it's going to take time to go through. Okay. And that's the information is going to cause delays, I think. But don't act impulsively on it. Definitely take your time in reviewing and decision making. Okay. I hope that makes sense, Tina Rogers. Donnell Hagen, hello. Three of Water, Three of Cups, a celebration. Got wedding, graduation, or birth announcements. I don't think it's necessarily one of those, but there's definitely a celebration coming. And definitely listen to people who are saying, come on, loosen up a bit, have a little bit more fun. Now, they mean well, okay? Oh, my darling. Oh, Tina, blessings to you. Everybody, please send healing and loving energy to Tina Rogers, okay? And comforting energy to her. Send those good thoughts to her and everything to help her on her journey. So, yeah, so I don't feel like, Danelle, that you're the type to overindulge, but I do think that maybe you are a little bit more too cautious about letting go. It's a good time to celebrate with others, take the opportunity to celebrate with others, and maybe I feel like you should take yourself on a little adventure, even if it's just a weekend away or something. Maybe yeah, it could be a girls' weekend, it could be a weekend away with your partner, it could be a weekend away on your own. Just celebrate life, and yeah, and maybe step out of your comfort zone a little bit, but you don't have to jump right out of it. Just do something that you enjoy doing, but you haven't done a long time. I feel like that's the answer. And you haven't done it in a long time because you feel like it's a bit of a wasteful indulgence. Indulge yourself a little bit, okay? I hope that makes sense, Danelle. Shelby, Lisa. I'll say hello to Thing, by the way, Shelby, and hubby and your daughter. The chariot, things are going to be moving very quickly. It's a major arcana, so it's an important achievement, self-discipline and willpower and public recognition. I really, really think that things are going to start moving very, very quickly, and you're going to have to hang on to the reins a little bit tighter than you normally would. But it's good movement forward for you, and it is a big card, this. So yeah, but in order that you don't end up at the end of this next period coming up thinking, wow, how did all that happen and when did all that happen? Just keep a little bit tighter hold on the reins than you normally would. It could be financial, it could be personal, it could be security wise. It just keep a little bit tighter hand on the reins than you normally would, because there's some big changes coming happen and there's an important decision for you to make too. Okay, so yeah. Steve. Oh my goodness, the Knight of Water, emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, contemplative. Falling in love or wedding proposal. Steve is yeah. Just strive for a little bit more balance. I feel like you really should talk to somebody about this. So about ways in which you can just deal with your emotions a little bit better. It's been uh, such a long and a hard year for you and with your mum and everything. So just yeah, take the time and maybe go and talk to, it could be your GP, it could be a friend. Just go and have a chat to somebody to find ways in which you can help redress the balance. Because I think you feel like this level of whatever is not sustainable, and yeah, go and talk to somebody, my darling. Good place to start as always with the GP. I'm not a doctor and anything, but there's just like a little bit too much upheaval for you at the moment. So talk to somebody and get some ideas on how to help. Yeah, so that's, yeah, because you are such a wonderful, loving person. And there is nothing false about you either. You know, often Knight of Cup can be the false knight. That's not you. You feel every emotion genuinely and deep down into your heart. It might be time to sort of start dealing with the highs and lows a bit, okay? Things are going well with Mum. Oh, that's good. That is really good. I'm pleased to hear that. So, yeah, it has. I don't think it's taken a bit of a toll on you, and I think it won't hurt for you to go and talk to somebody. Okay. Steve's mum is an absolute rocket. Wonderful, beautiful smile. Beautiful lady. Bernice Henson. Bernice is the last person I'm doing a card for. Okay. 4 of air. Again, as with earlier, this is time to take a rest or a vacation. I'm really, really zoning in on that more than anything. I don't feel you're like very good at giving yourself that time. You've always felt there's so much more that has to be done. There's so much more you have to do. You have to be there for others that you've forgotten. I think that you should also have to be there for yourself. Allow yourself permission to take some time out. And I think you will find that when you do that, things will be a little bit clearer. Okay? And tell whoever it is who's perfectly capable of looking after themselves to do that. There's no reason why you should have to deal with their situation. They're just lazy and they don't want to take on responsibility for themselves. Tell them to carry their own bucket full of shit. Don't ask you to carry it, if that makes sense. That's just what came into my head, okay? But give yourself permission to take time out and rest, and things will be a lot clearer after you do. Okay, my darlings, that is it for today. Members, I'll be doing the members only live tomorrow morning at 8:30 my time. If you don't know, I am in Perth in Western Australia, Southern Hemisphere. I am 12 hours ahead of Eastern State Time at the moment, and 15 hours ahead of Pacific Time. So, yeah. So thank you again for joining me. Thank you for the donations. They are really appreciated. I just thought I'd share the news that I would be having some more time because of my contract ending. But yeah, if you do want a reading, please feel free to email me. And yeah, and next week I will be giving away 2 email readings. What it will be is I'll be doing a 7-card overview and a 3-card. What you need to know, what you need to do, what the outcome will be. And if you have if I call you for that, if you win that, just if you've got a specific question or something, you can email me and let me know. But then I will do the reading, photograph the cards and everything, and write out everything and send it to you in an email. Okay. What is my email, Tiger? It is FootPrint Tarot, all one word, at gmail.com. Yeah, it is. So what I'll do is I'll just type it out here. Those of you who haven't had a single card reading from me before, or a full reading from me before, imagine what it's like with a whole hour. Okay. Okay, then I am going to sign off now. Thank you very much for joining me today. Love you all, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Stay laughing, everyone.